they said, okay, just start living your life for you and your kids. Oh, right, I can do that. And that's what I did. And, I really got myself together and went on this adventure. And it's like, okay, I need to find my identity. And part of it's still missing. And so I ended up getting a divorce, took my kids, moved to Colorado. And I'll tell you, when that judge signed that paper, he says, is there anything else you want in this divorce decree? I said, I want my maiden name back. And that's when Zymic came back into my life. That was my true identity. And I swore I would never change it again. And guess what happened?
Wow.
So it's again, follow your intuition, follow yourself. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to take life? What is it all about? There's so much in this beautiful world that when you start to understand nature and you start to understand frequencies and how it impacts everything in your body, because you are a magnetic electrical piece of equipment. And this is Houston. And if you don't want to take care of Houston's piece of equipment, it's going to go down. It's going to go to pieces. But
I
there's always a way to come back.
Yeah, identity is so critical, isn't it, Becca?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I have an experience with that too. So when I got married, and I've always known wanted to hyphenate because again, I know I've always been guided to, and I know my core, but I wasn't living like fully
Mhm.
with my own knowing. And I was at the Social Security and I hyphenate. My name is so long. And because I've hyphenated, and the girl at the Social Security, she was like, are you sure you want to hyphenate? Because she's like, legally, if you get divorced, you cannot just drop, like, you have to legally change your name. But if you don't hyphenate, you can just drop your husband's last name and you're good to go. And so I couldn't decide. And she's like, okay, since you can't decide, like, go back to me when you're ready. It took me, I was at the office for maybe another 20-30 minutes trying to decide if I want to hyphenate or not hyphenate. It's a big thing, this identity, this label that
Yeah.
perception was just, oh, it's just a name. Then, my soul, my energy would be okay with it. But because it matters to me. So I went back and I bravely said, you know what? I'm going to hyphenate and I'm going to take that trouble that if I do get divorced, that I'm going to have to change it legally and I'm going to have to pay for it.
Only if you don't make it into the divorce decree that you want to take your maiden name back. Then it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, but that's what they told me.
Yeah.
So how about you, Becca? Did you always change your?
Oh, well, this is a great story, actually. Speaking of taking that identity back. So here's mine. So as you can see on the screen, it's Becca Victoria. And wasn't Victoria, in my name. Actually, I added it when I did a long battle to get my citizenship. It's a long story, but because you can change your name when you get your citizenship. So
Nice.
so I said I want to add Victoria because I've gone through so many things that because just to get the citizenship, and I said I want Victoria there because it's very significant, right? For me, it's victory.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yes.